Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make a Flappy Bird game in Scratch. So let's create a new project first. Now, instead of deleting the Scratch cat, this time we're going to paint a spray. So this is our first time to do that. So you just click to the Costumes tab, and then you will delete any of these costumes and you'll just leave one, and then one of them you're gonna drag the whole picture and then press backspace or delete on your keyboard. And now I'll start by creating a bird, since I'm making a Flappy Bird game. So I'm gonna draw yellow, and let's see, an outline size 5. I think about this size, I think. I'll decrease the circle a little bit though to this. There we go. And make sure your character is centered to the middle. And then we want to be able to just do stuff for the bird, but first it doesn't really look like a bird. So let me just zoom in a bit and draw the beak for our bird. Now I think also the beak, let's see, let's select it and let's give it the same color as the bird, which is this color. So, and then I'm going to shift it backwards, so just select the beak and shift it backwards. Now we're going to draw the eye. I'm going to draw another circle. Okay, and I'll position this right over here. Cool. So I will just do some final touches to my bird. So I'm going to draw just some simple legs. So I'm just going to draw some lines like this. And then I think this is good enough. But I think just the legs should be closer to each other. So yeah, about this. Now let's go back to the code and let's start coding. So let's grab a when green frog clicked. Then we need to create a variable for the sprite only. Let's call it change in y. Start change in y, and make sure to select for the sprite only. This is very important. Select for the sprite only and then click OK. And then we want to set the change in y to 0 and the flag is clicked. And then we'll go to motion and grab a go to XY. Now I think I'll make it to go to -172 and Y0 in the Y position. So as you can see now, the bird is like in the starting position, and I think also the bird is too big for a game. So let's grab a set size block, and I'm going to set the size to 80. Now if you try that, the bird is actually shrinked. And then we need to grab a forever loop. And then we want to go to motion and grab the change Y block. Drag it inside of the forever loop, and then you go to variables and drag the change in Y variable. And then you want to grab a change in Y block by -0.8, like this. So as you can see, there's a little bit of gravity. But now we want, when you click, we want the bird to jump. So for this, let's go to Control grab the if statement. And this is actually part 1, I forgot to tell you that. Now you'll drag the mouse down. Then you want to go to variables and grab the set change on Y block to, let's set it to 9. So let's see here. Now our bird jumps, but there's no animation of the bird being jumped. So let's grab for this. Let's actually grab an if statement. And first, here we need to set point in direction. Let's see, 45 degrees. And then let's so yeah, now you're going to grab, after that, now the bird rotates to this when you start the game. But now you want the size to, I think the bird is still too big. Let's make the size 60. So the bird is much smaller. So awesome. Now we'll go to control, grab a if statement, go to operators, grab a less than operator, and let's detect if, go to motion, if something is lesser than something. So let's grab the direction and make it less than, if it was less than 90, which is our starting position, then we want to go back to motion and drag the turn 15 degrees, turn clockwise 15 degrees block. And I think I'm gonna change it to 4 degrees. Now as you can see, now there is some animation of the bird jumping. Now let's start creating some pipes, because we're done coding the bird. Now we don't need any more coding. Except only one thing. So let's go to control. Let's do this after we make the pipes. Now I'm going to paint a new sprite, and this is going to be our pipes. Let's see, let's make a light green outline for this. Now I'm going to grab this, then grab this, then make a rectangle. Now this is going to be my first pipe, which is our top pipe, and I'll make its first rectangle be a little bit like tied up, because I don't really think that the game is going to be so good with a very small top pipe. And then I'm going to duplicate this, and then I'm going to flip it vertically. And now we have a bottom pipe. So you see, we have a top and the bottom pipe. We have a top and the bottom pipe. You know what? Let's delete the bottom pipe, because I'm going to make another one right now. Now I'm going to flip this vertically. So we have the top and the bottom pipe. So let's first name these. I'll name this top pipe. Sorry, my typing is slow. I don't know why, but anyways. Pipe. There we go. And now for costume 2, I'm going to write bottom pipe. Sorry. Oh, sorry, I'm writing in the outline. And now we have the bottom pipe. So I have the top and the bottom pipe. Now I named them. So let's see. Let's first go to events, drag in a when green flag clicked here onto here, and go to looks, and we want to hide the sprite. So as you can see, the sprite is actually hidden. And then we want to grab a forever loop. And then we want to create a variable for now for the sprite only. Now we're gonna create two variables. Let's call the first one random. Sorry, I haven't really wrote it well. Random y spawn I spawn position. Random y spawn position, and I selected for the sprite only. Then we want to set the random y spawn position to, and then we want to go to operators and pick random 79 to minus 79, which is negative 79. Then we want to set bottom or top. First, let's create a new variable. Let's call it, for this sprite only, of course, bottom or top pipe, I guess. And then make sure to select for the sprite only. It's very important, otherwise it won't work. So select for the sprite only, then click OK. Click OK. Then we want to set bottom or top pipe to top. And then we want to go to control, and then we want to grab a create clone of myself over here. And then let's just duplicate this and then type in bottom and then create clone of itself again. So now let's go on to the second script. Anyways, as you can see, let's just grab in a winner shares clone and also a show. So when it starts doing a clone, then we want it to show. But actually this just creates one clone, which is for the top and the bottom pipes. Not for the, oh, and we forgot to do one thing in this script right here. So go to control and let's wait 1 second. And then we'll grab in the when I start as a clone and also a show, we want to grab a if else statement. Now we want to grab operators, grab an equals operator, and go to variables, grab the bottom or top pipe variable into here, and make sure it's bottom. Make sure it's how you spelled it over here. But anyways, if it's bottom, we wanted to switch costume. So let's go to looks and grab a switch costume to bottom pipe costume. Else, we wanted to switch costume to the top pipe costume. Now let us see. So now it creates two clones for the top and the bottom pipes. And we wanted to go to XY. Let's grab a go to XY over here. Then I'll duplicate it for here. Let's grab X position. Let's make it 259. And then the same number for here, 259. And Y position, we want it to be the same Y position in anyone. So we'll go to variables and drag the random Y spawn position variable. Okay, now as you can see, and they start over here, but they don't really spawn to the left to the right. Now we want it to grab let's go to control and grab a repeat until block. Let's repeat until, let's grab a less than operator, and then grab a X position over here and make it negative 237. Then we want to change X by -5. And then in the back and down here we wanted to delete this clone. Now let me see. And down here we wanted to delete this clone. Now let us see. It works, except the bottom and top pipe are not positioned in their places, because the bottom pipe is exactly in the same place as the top pipe in their costumes. For this, we just need to, okay, now leaving a very small gap for the bird, and we want a bigger gap. So let's go over here. Now, let me see, about this. So now let's try it out. And yeah. So this is what I wanted to show you for, actually this is not everything I wanted to show you. Also, I think the rectangles should be a little bit like this. And the rectangles over here that we've just created. And then in here, second thing, there's still the gap is still too small. So let's increase the gap like this. Yeah. So now let's try it out. Now the gap is much larger for the bird. And you could still make it challenging by making the top pipe more upwards, or the bottom pipe more upwards, or the top pipe more downwards, to make the space decrease. Anyways, now I think it's crowded, so let's hide all our variables. So just click on that tick over here. Now we don't have these. Now this doesn't delete them, it just hides them. And now we need to choose a backdrop. I'll choose the blue sky too. And I think also for the backdrop, it's too light. I'll make it a little bit darker, like this. And now I have some simple backdrop. And yeah, so this is our game. So, and I still think this game isn't completed yet, because this is still part 1. We need to still do part 2 and part 3, and hopefully we'll take 5 parts in this series. I hope so. But anyways, this is it for this tutorial series. First, I just wanted to add something over here. So let's grab a if statement, and we wanted to make if touching the sprite 2, which are the pipes. Then we wanted to stop the whole game. So let's go to control and grab a stop all. Now as you can see, now this kind of looks like a Flappy Bird clone. And this is kind of like a Flappy Bird clone. Now as you can see, this is super like Flappy Bird. Like the clone, like everything. Like, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please like, subscribe, and hit the bell